What if I told you there was a way to read other people's minds? What I'm going to share with you isn't a magic trick, but it is a superpower. One you can use to deepen your relationships, make smarter decisions, and reach better, more creative solutions. It's called the Ask approach, a research-backed, practice-tested method for finding out what the people around you, your friends, family, colleagues, employees, really think, feel, and know. For drawing out their boldest ideas, their truest thoughts, and their unique perspectives. In my own life and leadership, and in my work with leaders from a range of industries all over the globe, I've seen how this method can unlock incredible learning, growth, and connection. And my own experience has showed me that anyone, including you, can learn to do this too. It starts by choosing curiosity, awakening your genuine desire to understand what those around you really think, feel, and know. When we're authentically choosing curiosity, we are making a powerful mental shift to focus, at least for the time being, on one thing and one thing only. What could I learn from this person? Just consider for a moment how radical that question actually is, and how rarely we use it to guide our interactions with others. I'll admit, this is not always my mental default. It takes me conscious effort to choose to refocus on this question, especially when I'm stressed or angry or upset. But if you want others to open up to you, you have to get genuinely curious about what they might be able to teach you. In Chapter 3 of Ask, I identify concrete ways you can loosen the grip of your certainty, awaken your curiosity, and overcome the most common curiosity killers. But as powerful as curiosity is, you can't stop there if you want to really learn from those around you. You have to actually make it safe for them to share openly with you. It's amazing how often we, myself included, underestimate just how much some people around us feel unsafe to tell the truth. It's a painful realization, the idea that people, even the people you love most, may not feel comfortable opening up fully with you. But recognizing this reality also empowers you to do the work to make it as safe, comfortable, and easy as possible for them to share. This step takes vulnerability, something I and many people can struggle with. But it's a risk you have to take if you want others to open up to you, especially if you're interacting across lines of difference. Chapter 4 of Ask lays out the top 3 ways you can make it safer for others to tell you their truth, especially hard truths. If you've done these first 2 steps of the Ask approach, you're already light years ahead of most people. But to really find out what you most need to know, you have to pose quality questions. I'm a total nerd about questions. Just ask my kids or anyone who's ever worked with me. I am convinced that the right question asked in the right way is the most powerful tool for learning and connection that we have. Yet, despite how powerful questions are, most of us have never actually learned how to pose quality questions, or even what distinguishes a quality question from a crummy one. As a result, our question repertoire is pretty limited. In Chapter 5, I walk you through the most powerful questions you can ask to truly get at the heart of what's essential for you to learn from someone. But once you pose the right questions and the other person starts sharing, how much you learn depends entirely on how well you listen. How can you listen so you truly hear everything someone is saying, and even what they're not saying? This step is deceptively tricky. It's easy to feel like you're listening when what you're really doing is waiting quietly until it's your turn to respond, or scanning the other person's words for holes or ammunition you can use to defend yourself or rebuff their argument. I'm as guilty of this as anyone, especially when the person shares things that feel hurtful or that I strongly disagree with. But it's in these situations that I most need to return to the question, what could I learn from this person? And then allow that intention to guide my listening. In Chapter 6 of Ask, I'll show you how to triple the information you hear from others by listening through multiple channels at once. Finally, what do we do with what we hear? If you're anything like me, you might be tempted to immediately begin fixing or solving or even apologizing, but this is when it pays to pause and take a beat so you can reflect. This is what lets you make sure you're actually taking the right insights from what you heard. Reflection is a bit of a lost art, but Chapter 7 of Ask resurrects it with concrete steps that anyone can follow. But don't keep your reflections to yourself. Reconnect with the person who shared them with you and let them know how what they said impacted you. I can't emphasize enough just how important this piece is. Think about the risk the other person might have taken by opening up with you. They need to know that it was worth it, that their words impacted you in some meaningful way. If you don't reconnect, it can leave the other person feeling unappreciated or worse, used. But when you take the time to share what you've learned, you open the door to deeper connection and ongoing learning that benefits you both. I've found that each of the 5 practices of the Ask approach is powerful on its own, but together they are nothing short of a superpower, one that anyone can use to transform their results, their relationships, and unlock unprecedented learning and growth in every area of their life.